Hey everyone, it's Rochelle and welcome back to my channel. So I am back with another video for you guys, and today I'm going to show you guys how I customize this lace frontal wig. So in my last video, a lot of you guys mentioned that you wanted to see a detailed video on how I pluck my wigs. So this is it. So I'm going to show you guys how I transform this frontal from this right here into this. So if you want to learn, keep on watching. So the hair that I'm using today, it's from African Mall. I'm gonna put all the hair info in the description box down below, like always. This hair is 30 inches, you guys. This is the longest length I've ever worn, and I was feeling it. And I'm gonna be using a transparent lace. I'm up close showing you guys the lace, and I'm just showing it up against my skin so you guys can see what it looks like. Now this transparent lace still doesn't match my skin tone. However, I can tint it to match my skin tone perfectly. That's why I love using transparent lace. Now as for the hairline, it is a pre-plucked frontal. However, we do have to do some tweezing to make it look a lot more natural. Now I want to show you guys another frontal. So this is a HD lace. So this is the difference with HD lace. It's a lot thinner, it's more see-through. It does look more natural, but I can get the transparent lace to look pretty natural. The HD lace that I'm showing you guys, this one is from my vendor. So I'll be working with a transparent lace today. I'm going to save the HD for another video. So I'm showing you guys the knots. The knots are very visible on the frontal, so we have to bleach the knots. On my 613, whenever I use blonde hair, I don't have to bleach the knots because the knots aren't visible. So I'm going to grab my Loreal Quick Blue and my Salon Care Creme developer. Get your bowl, and I'm going to put that powder lightener in the mixing bowl. So I added about 2 to 3 scoops of powder lightener in my mixing bowl, and then I'm going to go in with the cream developer. Now you want it to be a thick consistency. You don't want it to be runny. The whole point is that we're just going to be bleaching the knots. We don't want it to bleach the actual hair on the lace, so we're just doing the knots. And mine is a little bit thick. It's a little too thick, but it's okay. I'd rather have it thick than runny. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply the bleach all over my frontal. I'm using like this popsicle stick thingy. Got it at Sally's. And make sure you're wearing your gloves, you guys, because this is chemical. You don't want it to get all over your fingers at all. So just spread it all over that lace like butter. Alright, so now that I'm done bleaching the lace frontal, I'm going to go ahead and put it down on some aluminum foil. And I'm going to let that sit for about 30 minutes. So I'm going to let it sit for about 30 minutes, and once it's complete, I'm going to step off camera and go wash the product out. Alright, so the knots on my frontal is bleached and she's looking really good. Now we're going to move on to tweezing, or do you guys say plucking? I say tweezing. So get yourself some really good tweezer. I'm using the Tweezerman tweezer. They're really good. And as I mentioned before, this is a pre-pluck frontal. So most pre-pluck frontals, you still have to do some tweezing so the hairline looks more natural. So you're gonna grab your comb. This is a rat tail comb and it has very fine teeth on it. And I'm gonna go ahead and part the hair. So you're gonna part the hair and grab your tweezer and start tweezing from behind the hairline. So we're not gonna tweeze on the part. Don't tweeze on the part because that's how you're gonna get bald spots. Tweeze behind the part. And I'll be honest with you guys, sometimes this can be a bit time consuming. It depends on the frontal. Some frontals, the hairline is so thick, so you end up spending a lot of time tweezing the hair. This one wasn't that bad. The hairline was very, very thin. It was mainly behind the hairline that was super, super thick, so I had to do some tweezing so the wig looks more natural and not bulky. I also forgot to mention that when you are tweezing the hair, you have to make sure the hair is wet. So I'm going to go in with my water bottle and just wet the hair up. I forgot to mention that because the lace frontal was already wet because I went into tweezing right after I washed it. But make sure you have a water bottle close by. It's a lot easier for you to tweeze the hair when it's damp than when it's dry. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side as well. So just part behind the hairline and tweeze. If you do have to tweeze a little from the front, go ahead, but try not to create any bald spots at all. So this is how my frontal is looking. I can tell that it's going to look really good when I make my wig and put my wig on. So this is the before and after. The frontal was looking a lot thicker. It was gonna look a lot too bulky on my head. So this hairline looks a lot more realistic. The goal is not to over tweeze your frontal and leave bald spots. So now I'm gonna move on to making my wig. So I'm using a dome mesh cap. This is what I always use to make my wigs on my canvas head. I have a tape measure. I don't really need to measure it because I know my size. And if you don't know your size, it's best to measure your head before. So you do from front to nape and side to side the ears. And then you go ahead and mark it if you have to mark it. But I really don't have to mark it, you guys, because like I said, I already know my measurements. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start making my wig. So I'm gonna pull that frontal down, not even barely an inch from the wig cap. Some people pull theirs down a bit more. I don't, because I don't really have a lot of forehead space to work with. And I'm gonna go ahead and pin that frontal onto my mesh cap, and I'm gonna go in with my needle and thread. This part of the video is a bit more speed up because the video is mainly about customizing the wig. I do have very detailed, beginner friendly on how I make my wigs. If you're new to my channel and you've never seen my beginner friendly video on how to make a wig, I will list that video in my description box down below. So I'm going to go in with the first bundle of hair and just pin that down to secure it onto that wig cap. And then I'm going to start going in with my needle and thread. I'm using a hooked needle, so it's perfect for weaving, it's perfect for making wigs. So my wig is pretty much completed, and you can check out my detailed wig making video if you are new to my channel. Now this step is very important. This is the Wig Guru tinting spray. This is what I use to tint my lace. You can also use foundation powder. However, I prefer to use a tinting spray, and the shade that I use is in pure beige. They do have other shades as well. So I'm going to apply it all over my lace, and then I'm going to go in with my blow dryer on the cool setting. This is going to make sure that my lace matches my skin perfectly when I put the wig on. Alright, so back to the wig. She is all done. She's completed. I'm just going to go in with my flat iron and start straightening the hair. This did take some time to straighten, you guys, because it's 30 inches of hair. So I was taking small sections and just running my flat iron through the hair. And she is all done, looking nice and sleek. I did use some ion hair serum as well, just to give it some nice shine to the hair. And as for my wig, I applied my wig off camera. This is how she is looking, guys. This hairline, I'm very impressed with it, okay? So I'm going in with my Ghost Bond lace glue, and I'm just adding that to the sides. And I go in with my sponge. You want to wait until that glue is dry clear. So wait till it's dry clear and tacky, and then pull that lace down. So I have very detailed videos on how I apply my wigs. I will link that video in the description bar down below. And I go in with some Got To Be freeze spray and my blow dryer and make sure it's drying on cool. And just to make sure that my wig is nice and flat, I'm going to go in with my flat iron. I usually use a hot comb to do this, you guys, but I have no clue where my hot comb is. But yeah, I'm just going to go in with the flat iron, and then I apply some hair mousse to this as well, some hair foam, and just flatten that wig down. So yeah, this is pretty much the completed video. I really hope this video was helpful to you guys. I hope these tips were helpful. So please comment down below. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I'll see you in another video very soon. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching and supporting my channel. Bye!